So Rachel England evaluation of the hockey session. So we'll just go to Alex Davis to start with, please. Could you just tell us a positive point that you could take from that session and something maybe she could improve on?
The whole session was good. I liked how we started straight into the game to see what level everyone was at, and then went back, looked at the skills, and then applied it again at the end in the game. Just a point for improvement would be when doing things like the skill drills. It's very boring. Especially if you went first or last, it's very boring standing around having done just one pass each.
Yep, I'd agree with that in terms of, we'll touch on that after, but I thought from the positive point of view, what you touched on there, really like the way that you got them straight into a session straight into a game to assess the skill level. My only query with that would have been the health and safety element, which I keep ramming down your throats with regards to basic health and safety instruction of how to hold a hockey stick, how not to hold a hockey stick. For example, some people were holding it completely wrong, and again, maybe you would need to step in there, Rach. But the positives were, I really like the way you were the only one I've seen do that. I'm sorry if anybody else has, but that's springing to mind, where you've got into a game and then you've showed the drills so they can reflect on what the strengths and weaknesses are.
She had good control of the group, and someone was talking, she'd tell shut up and listen, or she was, well, friends.
Yeah, she was quite assertive, wasn't she? Yep, I like that. I would have liked you to project your voice a little bit more, but yeah, you did definitely address people. I liked it when Jamie was, I didn't like that Jamie was messing about. Maybe he did it on purpose to see if you'd address him, and you stopped him with the ball and you told him to get into the group, so that was really good. Jamie.
Hello.
Hello.
I don't know. I thought it was a well planned out session, but it didn't entirely engross me.
Okay, why is that?
I don't know, it's just not something I find interesting.
Okay, could it have engrossed you more?
Possibly, but I don't know if you'd have done that.
Okay, so to cast your mind back to other sessions that you've enjoyed, not just because of the sport, what might have grabbed your attention a little bit more?
Don't know, probably like, because for that drill there wasn't like a lot standing around for the shooting one.
I totally agree with that, yeah. So the long queues. So one thing that I picked up there, Rach, and I've said it on your commentary, when you look back at it, is you've got 2 goals and you had really big queues in terms of waiting for one shot, really.
Keep control though, 2 groups, and there's only one, isn't it?
So you have to situate yourself in an area where you can be between both groups, and what you could have done is divide the higher level learners into one group and the ones that would probably need more of your attention into the other group, and give them strict guidelines. So that would be a way to overcome it. And you're not in a massive area as well, so as long as you're not right down the other end of the court, you could be giving verbal instruction if you felt it was getting out of control, which it shouldn't do with the level of learners in here. You're not dealing with SEN learners in terms of special education needs learners. You're dealing with level 3 public service students who should be able to follow instructions. So again, just judging by the level of learner that you've got, and trusting as well. It's a trust exercise, and if it doesn't work, you stop it. Katie.
Yeah, that was really good. Just trying to think now because I haven't said everything.
They haven't.
Actually, my mind's gone blank right now.
Think about the warm-up. Did you think the warm-up was effective?
It was too much of a pulse rate, because everyone was out of breath after the sprint.
I don't think that's a problem, being out of breath, but I agree with what you're saying in terms of she got straight into the sprint. So we jogged one width, and then it was sprint as fast as you can. And Ellie, did you manage to do the second sprint?
No, it was too much.
So it was too much too soon, maybe too much for you completely. Yeah.
It's a fast game.
It is a fast game, but remember, a warm-up. but remember, it's constructive criticism, Rach. Remember, a warm-up is incremental, so it's supposed to gradually get you to them sprints, okay? I think a little bit of nerve setting, and you wanted to get them there a little bit quicker, okay? Stretches were very good, though. Really good demonstrations. I would like you to have named the muscle groups when you were doing the stretches, and you got slightly confused with dynamic and ballistic stretches. Okay, remember, dynamic is a slow motion, ballistic is fast, jerky movements. Kai?
I feel like she adapted the session well when it started to go, like when we were doing the drills. She changed it to how we stopped messing about, we did it individually, and then also she watched us and helped us improve, like with me. when I clicked mess mine up, she let me do it again, she just moved straight on.
Yeah. I thought, go on, sorry.
That's what
I thought what she did well as well with you were holding the stick in an incorrect way. She corrected you. She pointed that out for everybody to sort of pick up on. There was a couple of you doing that. I think Jamie was running with one hand on the stick at one point. She corrected him there. So there was a lot of correction going on, which shows a good knowledge of the game compared to other sessions that I've seen. Let's go to Zach.
An alright session overall. Cool down was probably room for improvement in that. Could have put more stretch in and thought about that a bit more. Besides that, overall, it's okay.
Okay. Ellie.
It was well planned. I just think it got very boring quickly. Like, everyone was just there chatting, like, everyone was just stood around all the time and everyone was bored, really. But it's something that I didn't even have a clue how to hold the hockey stick, so.
Okay. So do you feel you progressed within the session?
Not really, no.
Okay. How could you have progressed? What did you need to help you progress? I did pick up on that on the video as well.
I'm not really sure.
Not sure. Okay. So I felt Ellie's got a point with regards to it is a big group and some people need extra attention with regards to techniques, how to pass the ball, which some people struggle with, how to control it, which you did pick up on. I thought your demonstrations, Rach, were excellent with regards to you noticed when people weren't controlling it and you adapted your session to enable you to do that. Sol, just sit up for me, please. Okay. The passing of the ball as well, you broke that down so people could understand what you were requiring for them to be able to do that. But I think the big progress part for you, the big area for improvement would have been exactly what everyone was saying, that the cue drills, which are difficult to get used to in terms of you have to do something like this to recognise how you would adapt it, but you've got to know the level of your group as well. Dan Giddins, last one for me.
Everyone said I reckon that I could have enjoyed it more if like the drills were a lot more interesting. So instead of just passing and shooting, there could have been like running drills and stuff, because when people were running with it in the game, they were sort of getting caught up with it.
So would you have adapted the game maybe?
Yeah.
How would you have adapted the game?
Say if one person's got the ball, then only one defender can go towards them.
Okay, so just 1v1s rather than everybody can tackle anyone. Okay. Oh, Charlie, I've missed you, haven't I? How dare I? Go on, Charlie.
I felt that at times of the session it was a bit, what are we doing next? I didn't feel there was a huge, great flow to it. And sometimes we have to keep going back into the same place where you could have probably said what you wanted to say with us where we were, say rather than just bring it back to the line and then go out again.
I thought that was quite a good thing because I've seen your group many times now and that doesn't seem to work where you just said something where you are. So I thought that was a real positive from my point of view, and that's something I definitely do to get people's attention. I will bring them into an area like what you are now, explain what I need them to do so I've got everyone's attention, even if some people aren't really concentrating. You feel that you've got their attention, so a little bit like Jay now, I can see him looking up there and I can straight away see that and I can pull him back in. So that's a technique I would definitely use, whereas if everybody's scattered all over the place, I can't see if I'm losing someone's attention. And I can also tell people like Kai to sit up if I feel that he's not doing what I want him to do. All right, so overall, I know you've seen that as a very negative comments coming out there. It hasn't though, it's been very positive. You've tackled a sport that not everybody likes to do because they don't often do it, apart from Alex. A sport that's very complex and complicated in its rules and regulations, and you've conducted a safe, effective session. Okay, areas for improvement would be the drills in terms of the size of the cues that you were working in. But apart from that, I felt it did flow. I felt it had a flow, and I do like the discipline element of the session that you implemented for a very challenging part of the year as well, because what you're facing at the moment, Rach, is we're getting to the end of the term, people are ready to finish, it's what you call the graveyard shift now. So when you are doing these sports sessions, people aren't mentally and physically as keen as they were when we started doing it. So your motivation has to be better than everybody else's. Your skill drills have to flow amazingly well, which is difficult with your level of experience. So I thought overall it was a really good session for the time of the year, the sport you chose, and the group's mentality at this moment in time. So well done.